any freestyle rap at all?
Not yet.
Doesn't it appear to be extremely coincidental that you guys arrest people right outside of Governor Newsom's press conference? Is this really just a show of power?
Patriots, happy Friday. This is Secret Service Sam, and this is Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your world collide. Don't forget it. It's your world, baby. I'm just spinning it here. I'm just freaking, look at me, man. I'm up in the freaking studio of my attic of my house. I am spinning freaking nothing into gold for you guys out there. I love you. I hope you guys are doing very well today. Happy Friday. It's a blessing, isn't it? Every day that you wake up and you get to breathe the Lord's good air, you should say thank you. And that's what I do. I feel very good today. We got a lot to talk about today, and I don't got a lot of time as per usual. I got to pick up the kids in a little bit. My youngest, Charlie, had to come home early a little bit today. He said he was tired. I'm tired too, man. Life gets very tiring. There's a lot of craziness happening in the world right now. But the best thing we can do is bond together in our common grounds. We need to find common grounds. That's what's important now more than ever. I'm also praying to get into the Netflix as a joke fest. Please, Lord, get me into the Netflix as a joke fest so I may do this wonderful sketch show I have, Racism is Back, and put in so many of my friends, family, and community members in the comedy community in that show to make their dreams come true, getting into the Netflix as a joke fest. They have released all of the big names, but I'm hopeful. I see the Lyric Hyperion Theater in Silver Lake. They are going to be having shows there. So that's what I got to do, guys. You know, I got to get in where I fit in. And this Netflix as a joke fest is a big deal for comedians. It's a big deal. I was in it 2 years ago, and it was magical. It was an amazing time that I had. I wrote my own comedy musical called Samson Stuck in the Basement. Did you see that email I sent? That pic is funny, the left and right. Let me just see. Silky Sweet. Let me see. I did get, yeah, I always get your emails. It's just a matter of if I've gotten a chance to check it out yet. The left, the right, me knowing neither side will actually do anything to fix our problem, so we might as well find a good fishing hole and watch it all burn down. That's funny. Let me see that. I'll share that up here. That's a nice little meme. Again, you guys, if you're just joining, this is Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your world collide. We're making it happen. It's a beautiful Friday. It's a beautiful Friday, yeah. Let him on loving in you. Whoa, whoa. Says the left, the right, me knowing neither side will actually do anything to fix our problem, so we might as well find a good fishing hole and watch it all burn down. Fishing hole or a glory hole, whichever you prefer. I'm loving this, guys. This is a great, beautiful day in Southern California. Let's get right into the news, guys. Here's what's happening in your world. It's your world. That is right. And I'm just spinning it.
Patrol, I will say unequivocally that we are expert.
This is crazy. Here is ICE. Greg Bovino. He's in the beginning and he's in the intro and outro of my show. I'm actually one of the first journalists on record to interview him. They really started their ICE kind of presence when Gavin Newsom was when he was talking about the redistricting, and they showed up and arrested a strawberry fruit vendor in front, coincidentally, of Gavin Newsom's press conference. Anyway, let's watch
Here in the
it.
U.S. Border Patrol, I will say unequivocally that we are experts in dealing with children. Let me
As did you hear, they tackled this kid. There was a 5-year-old who JD Vance saying, well, the parents left him, the parents were illegal. And no, this kid got shipped away like 1,000 miles away. It's so disgusting.
say that again, experts in dealing with children. Not because we want to be, but because we have to be.
Is that what helps you sleep better at night? Release the Epstein files. I think all Americans can agree, all global patriots were so tired of it. Release the Epstein files. JD Vance keeps saying that they're not targeting anybody, they're not racially profiling anybody, but the type of racism this is creating, look at this. This is a kid who this old white man takes him and says, you're illegal. The kid's like, I was born here. We are traumatizing a generation of Latino immigrants and United States citizens, some who've been here forever. Everybody's an immigrant. Unless you're Native American, you're on stolen land, bro.
I'll knock your fucking face in.
Knock my face out if you want. I'm not steal nothing for you. You're being recorded live right here, right now.
Yeah? Well, guess what, you little bastard?
No, record. You're assaulting me, sir.
Thank God this kid recorded it. I mean, who is this? Jasper, you little bastard. Come here. I got you.
Get the fuck away.
This is assault.
I'm gonna call the cops on you.
Call you were there.
Isn't that amazing? The audacity and entitlement that this old fart wiggler is going to call the cops on this poor kid who he assaulted.
You're assaulting me. This is literally.
Yeah, well, guess what?
What's your?
You're trying to steal shit.
Yeah, that's your
Guess what? You're trying to steal shit. That's interesting.
license plate. Yup.
Oh yeah, you got it.
That's your company. Yup.
Yeah.
Yup. He's assaulting me. Yup. I didn't do anything. He literally just grabbed me
You're
by the
not
neck.
a local. You're a goddamn immigrant.
Immigrant? Holy shit. He called me an immigrant, bruh. I was literally born here. Calling me an immigrant?
No business.
Yeah, it is interesting, Silky Sweet. A lot of the alien talk, 3-Eye Atlas, everything has been encompassed in ice, literally. Russia's under ice. We're about to get a huge ice storm. The ice holes in Minnesota. They're also going to Philly, I heard. Can we see the entire video now? I hate when people say, can I see the entire video? What more do you need to see? Like, there is racism. That's a racist old man grabbing some kid. I just don't get why you guys need all the proof. Don't you think that old man would have been yelling, cause you did this and you did this? I mean, there's nothing. Come on, 46MD. I know you're better than that. Now, here is one. If that stung you a little bit, this is ridiculous. Erica Kirk is saying that protesting is demonic. Protesters in Minnesota are demonic, which... Don't you guys understand? This is the same type of rhetoric, same type of people who would have said Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Huey Newton, all these Black Panther, anybody who was a civil rights activist, they would have called demonic. Am I wrong? Tell me it's a lie. And where did the orbs go?
To that chat, awkwardly enough, was a clip of Rachel Maddow and Jimmy Kimmel. I can't even believe I'm saying their names in a church, but together.
Isn't that funny? Did you guys hear what she said? I can't believe I'm saying Jimmy Kimmel's name in church. Like, what the fuck is that?
Together.
Listen to this.
I can't even believe I'm saying their names in a church, but was a clip of Rachel Maddow and Jimmy Kimmel. I can't even believe I'm saying their names in a church, but
so Rachel Maddow and Jimmy Kimmel you can't even say their name in a church? Make that make sense, Erica. But you can say Nicki Minaj's name in church? You can say JD Vance's name in church? You can say Donald Trump's name in church? I mean, by those standards, really?
Together. But
Donate.
it was
Hit that
interesting
donate.
because he asked her the question.
By the way, she's on tour. Where are her kids? I just have one question. The whole world literally wants to know. Where are her kids? Who's watching them? Those poor traumatized kids. Don't they? You just lost your father and now they lost their mother to a tour.
Do you think these protests are helping?
I do
Personally, I do not. I think it's demonic. But I understood the sentiment.
Did everybody hear that? Your constitutional rights are demonic. Did you guys hear that? Because I did.
What she said. She was trying to explain the 3.5% rule. And she was basically saying that, in political science jargon, she was basically saying that when you have 3.5% of the population protesting peacefully, and you're in nonviolent protest mode,
I mean, I hate to say it, but a white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman has no right to tell people what the fuck protest is. It was women like her who would have said the same thing. Like, all you got to do is take her back to the future, and this type of woman existed saying the same shit about Martin Luther King Jr. Tell me I'm lying in the comments. Let's go, Troll City. Prove me wrong. And I got something even harsher after this.
It's very hard for that to go unnoticed. And it's very hard for that to be tucked back in. It just kind of sparks.
Oh my God. I can't even listen to her anymore. And the performances, go home to your kids, Erica. They need you. I couldn't even imagine. Could you guys imagine how awful that was, Charlie Kirk? And it was assassinated. And then the mother of his kids, who he preached that a woman should stay at home, not work, not do anything, let the man provide. She's now the CEO of his company and is on like a 50-city tour. Who's watching the kids? That's my question. Maybe Candace Owens is. And listen to this. I think this is a very interesting take on Charlie Kirk and his black pilot's comment. Check it out. Let me know.
Racist when he said that he'd be worried about a black pilot. When you look at the context, the United States was mandating that we go from 15% black pilots to 50%. You know, I think a misconception that people of color can have about white people is that none of them care about looking racist or sounding racist. And after going to college with a bunch of white kids, I actually don't think that's true. I think a lot of them don't want to be seen as racist. So instead of calling you racist, I'm going to explain to you why a black person might read this sentence and think that it's racist. Because if I just call you racist, you're just going to tune out of this video, which doesn't do me any good, right? Then I'm just talking to myself. I don't want you to tune out of the video. I want you to understand. So you said the context makes it not racist, and that context was that the United States was mandating that we have to go from 15% black pilots to 50% black pilots. That wasn't even the context, but this isn't a gotcha. I want to engage with you as if that was the context. So let's say that that's what the FAA said had to happen. 50% of the pilots need to be black. Even in that world, the FAA said nothing about lowering their training and performance standards to being a pilot. 1,500 hours of flight time, ATP certification training programs, passing exams on meteorology, systems, regulations.
Right. I think this is a great point. What this gentleman is bringing up, and he's huge on TikTok and Instagram, is that the qualifications to get to be a pilot don't change for anybody. They're just making more opportunities. So because it is a racist business and system, making it so black people have a better opportunity, but they're not lesser than pilots.
Aerodynamics, 2020 or 2020 correctable vision, a cardiovascular, having ECGs take.
Listen, the 2020 vision, the cardiovascular, like you can't fake this shit. They can be like, oh yeah, let Jamar through. No. And if anything, I'm gonna even say, I mean, have you seen some of these white pilots? Those dudes don't look like they're in great shape all the time. Are you kidding me? A lot of those guys are drunk. The one guy who was high on mushrooms, remember that? and he got fired. He was white.
Annually, having no history of heart disease. You see how your brain jumped to, in order to increase the number of black pilots, they must decrease their qualification standards.
Yep.
Without learning anything about the qualification standards, without even hearing anything about the qualification standards changing. Yeah, that's racist. Like, you did enough research to be frightened and to land on a racially charged opinion, but not enough research to learn that that wasn't even the context.
Right.
The context was just that the United Airlines had a goal to train 5,000 pilots, just train, not even to hire, and that they wanted half of them to be either women or black. And for them to pass the training program, hold up, you're gonna love this.
I like it.
They had to pass all the same regulations.
They had to pass all the same regulations.
And here's the difference between you and Charlie Kirk.
Okay.
You work a regular job, so you don't have time to know about all the intricacies of the FAA or any of this.
Fact.
But Charlie Kirk did. Charlie Kirk knew everything I just said, and he pushed a narrative anyway, because Charlie Kirk had a goal. And his goal was to have you running around carrying all of his racially charged opinions so that you don't check the status quo and you just blame your black and brown brothers for the problems that you have.
Big fact.
And you accepted his worldview about black people without asking any further questions. And that feels racist. Does that make sense?
Yep, does to me. Not everybody, though. LOL. Hey, guys, come on into the comments. Who the fuck starts conversation? Who the F starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. Come on in, meow. 4 types of blacks. That sounds racist. Let me hear it, though. Put it in the comments. How many types of whites are there? 4 types of whites, 5 types of whites, 4 types, there's all types of types. This is disgusting. For anybody out there who wants to say this administration is not racist, for anybody out there, let me say this again. Let me make sure I switch to all cameras so everybody gets it. You guys over there. For anybody thinks that this administration is not racist, all the administrations are racist. Let's be honest. That's just what we are built on. George Washington had 9 slaves. This administration wants to erase that from history because it's disparaging to our history. Look at this it boils my blood.
Now tonight at Independence Mall, a piece of Philadelphia.
If this doesn't make you mad, you're either racist or just a terrible person.
History was removed this afternoon by the federal government. Crews dismantled plaques telling the stories of the 9 enslaved people who lived in the president's house and were owned by President George Washington. Last year, President Trump ordered National Park staff to flag any displays that might be seen as disparaging to America's past. Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker says the city is conducting a legal review of this tonight. An attorney who advocated for those plaques in 2010 called the removal, quote, outrageous and blatantly racist.
Yep, those are facts. AXA TV, that's not true, man. We're hitting at about 40 or 50 on our live feed. We are broadcasting, thank you for reminding me, to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, baby. We are up. We are up, AXA TV. So thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate it. Yes, that was a black man who made that video. I'm not sure what your point is to that. Was there a point to that? Would you like to let us know? I know everybody loves Charlie Kirk, but this man does have a very good point. It's very racist. I would never look at my pilot ever and worry about that at all. I'd assume they've all been trained just the same. The most racist administration of the U.S. will ever be awful as we least racist administration of our, okay. Yeah, George Washington had 9 slaves. We need to reconcile with that. And it was good we had these signs up. Why do people want those taken down? Can anybody tell me? Here's some more to get you guys going. Jack Smith was, he's coming out with some interesting stuff, you guys, saying that Trump did everything in his power, allegedly, to try to stop the election certification, that he was pushing this thing that it was a fraud, and anybody who didn't believe him, he pushed them out of the way. Watch this.
Revealed that Donald Trump was not looking for honest answers
Shocking.
about whether there was fraud in the election. He was looking for ways to stay in power. And when people told him things that conflicted with him staying.
Can we do deport all criminal illegals and Karens? I'm good with that. I get it, Brad. I understand. Does that make it right? But yeah, and I'm sure we recognize our history. What is wrong with that? 2020 was stolen. Here they come. Oh, Lord. Where's your proof?
Staying in power, he rejected them, or he chose not even to contact people like that who
Yes,
would know.
I know, Brad. Does that
if
make
the
it a
election
good
was done
thing? I'm
properly
just
in the
confused what
state.
your point is, bro.
On the other hand, when individuals would say things that would allow him to stay in power, no matter how fantastical, he would latch on to those. That pattern, over time, we felt was powerful evidence that he, in fact, knew that the fraud.
Guys, where is your proof? That's just the thing. This thing went through the courts. It's like, you guys don't trust our Constitution. You don't trust our courts. I just can't believe that you're actual Americans. I have to feel like that these are Russian bots that are just on here. It's just crazy to me. These can't be real Americans.
He was making were false.
Yes, Ivy, she is one of the worst people on earth.
The Republican witnesses who told you that President Trump
LOL.
told President Trump that his claims of election.
Let me answer some comments over here on the gram. LOL, why do they always prefer Hispanic to cook for them or take care of their kids? Romanian Angels and Epstein are all one big club. America has returned to segregation and racism. Yep, racism is back in America, in case you guys didn't know. I'm actually writing a sketch comedy show for the Netflix is a Joke Fest called Racism is Back. Do-do-do-do-do-do-da. Racism is back. Do-do-do-do-da. Here they come. Democrats are pro-slavery, always have been. Yeah, bro, the Democrats are racist too. What the F, Brad? Get educated. Come on up. We know this, man. We know this. Oh, Lord. Where are people getting their educations from? We know this, Brad. They're all racist, all the politicians. We know that.
Can you share that with us?
Tell them, Jackie.
There were a range of witnesses. They ranged from people on his campaign team who had wanted him to win, were employed to help him win the election. They included state officials, state Republican officials who wanted him to win, voted for him, campaigned for him, asked him and his co-conspirators to provide evidence to support their claims, and invariably they never did. It included officials, advisors, people he worked with in the White House who he relied upon for important decisions and who he trusted in other contexts.
Shocking.
We felt we had strong evidence from a variety of sources.
Time of the gentle lady has expired.
Yeah, they don't want to hear him.
My
It's so hilarious, man. People do not want to hear from him because it's the truth. I would never support someone that would force his own child to have a kid. Product of, yep, I agree, product of R. That's a weird dude to me, but there are a lot of those weirdos out there. Unless this is your comedy. I don't understand what you mean, Brad. Unless this is your comedy. Yes, Brad, I am a comedian, but we are talking about adult things now. MAGA can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. Those could be factuals and actuals. Here's some more of Air Trumpy. If you guys notice, he's got some bruises on his hands. People are worried about the bruises. I don't really care personally about the bruises on his hands. I'm more concerned about the bruises on our American citizens by the ice holes. That's what I'm more concerned about.
Very good. I clipped it on the table. So I put a little, what do they call it, cream on it. But I clipped it.
But I clipped it. I clipped my hand on the drawer. How do you clip it that hard, bro? He is 80, though.
I would say take aspirin if you like your heart, but don't take aspirin if you don't want to have a little bruising. You know, if you take the big, I take the big aspirin. And when you take the big
Yeah, who thinks there was weapons of mass destruction? There were no weapons of mass destruction, and 9/11 was an inside job, allegedly.
Yes,
What about that?
they tell you you're bruised. The doctor said, you don't have to take that, sir. You're very healthy. I said, I'm not taking any chances.
Oh, God, I've never heard anybody brags about themselves more than that, man. This was sad. What do you think about this in tennis? Let's go on over to tennis for a second.
She was mad about it.
Naomi got booed because she beat this Australian lady, and she kept going, come on. She was like cheering herself on after she got a point. She goes, come on, let's do this. Don't you guys do that in sports? Like, haven't you ever played football or soccer? You score a goal and you say, yes, let's do this. We can beat them. Nothing wrong with it, but I guess they had a problem with her doing it.
Okay, sorry, she was mad about it, but.
It's okay if you cannot do these between pints.
So I can talk between points?
Oh my God. Hold the radar. Let me write this down. Thank you so much. The Putts Podcast. You're a douche. I always have to write down these nice compliments from the Magatards. Hold on real quick. Putts Podcast. Yes, you're so creative. Putts Podcast. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Spit dick. You're a douche. Okay. You're a douchebag. Oh, yeah. You're a douchebag. Oh, yeah. Sputcock. You're a cuck, and your girl likes to watch me eat. You showed that video of the Somali broad yesterday, the one with the Band-Aids on her forehead. You believe she is legitimate and not an actor at all. Oh, God, Brad. Brad, do you have proof of this? I just don't. I mean, why do you think she's lying? Do you not see these videos? Not see? See what I did there? Do you not see the videos that are being shown to you? I mean, it's crazy how much freaking... Dude, I can't lead. I can only lead you to water. If you refuse to drink, that's on you, my friend. I mean, that's crazy that you don't. Yeah, I think it is a Russian bot. I really do. Triggered your ass. Whoa. Yeah, no, Sputcock, you did not trigger me. You know what triggers me, Sputnock? It's a lot more personal, and it has to do with my family members. So trust me, you won't be the one to trigger me. But I do appreciate you being here, Sputquick. Buttwick. I am skeptical always, Brad. I get it, Brad. Look, there's AI. There's so many reasons to be skeptical. But let me ask you guys this. Are you skeptical when Greg Bovino delivers his address, and tells about how, we treat kids. We're so nice to kids. Let me show this video. I got my manses in here. Nick Alexander, can I bring you in? Are you ready to come in? Let me see which one. Oh, this is funny. This is karma. Isn't that hilarious? That's God right there. So funny. There was that. Oh, here we go. Let me show this one again real quick.
Here in the U.S. Border Patrol, I will say unequivocally that we are experts.
Now, let me ask you this question, Brad. Are you as skeptical of Greg Bovino that he's lying about their tactics as you are of this woman lying about her experience within custody of ICE? I just don't get why people don't believe it. I believe it.
In dealing with children. Let me say that again, experts in dealing with children. Not because we want to be, but because we have to be.
Right. I'm not buying it. Now, I'm trying to bring my good friend Nick Alexander into the mix. Let me see, Nick, if you're here. Nick, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
I don't know if you can see me or hear me.
I cannot see you, but I can hear you. But you're on a cruise ship, right?
Yeah, I'm on a cruise ship, and
you are
I'm not sure what's
out.
going on with my camera.
Yeah, see if you can get your camera to work. If not, the audio sounds good.
Yeah, I'm like I'm just horrible with computers, so I have no idea why my camera isn't operating correctly.
Oh, you're fine. Uh-oh. No, device is not connected. I think I just lost him. I'm about to have my friend Nick Alexander on here, guys. He's gonna come through. Let me see. Oh, looks like his audio, looks like his picture might be coming through. Let's see.
The camera.
Nick, it looks like it's trying. The picture looks like it's trying. Okay, here. Oh, no.
I don't know what I need to do to get this camera working because it wasn't working on the Googles or the Zooms I've been doing either. So I don't know what's the problem.
Interesting. I don't know.
I've
That's
done
okay.
this before. StreamYard. No, but I should have a camera working though.
Well, I'm here. Don't worry. The folks are here.
Yeah,
people
but
on
this
the
ain't
feed.
as good as it needs to be without the camera working.
Man, did you yeah, so where are you on a cruise?
We are currently sailing through we were in the Caribbean and the Central Americas.
Okay.
I've been on the ship for about 10 days now, working on Norwegian cruise line, and we are headed back to Miami. So I'm at the end of my ship run.
Wow, and are you doing comedy on the cruise, or are you working?
Yes,
or
sir.
Are you just? Oh my God, that's amazing! Congrats.
Yeah, man.
That's
I did
awesome. I
3
did
shows.
not know that. Okay.
Yeah, gotta we gotta make that money somehow, man.
Yeah, and that's RT Steckel. I mean, he's had a lot of success, and like Jimmy Delaval, have had a lot of success on cruise ships. I mean, dude, that's really where the money is for a comedian.
I
If you
keep
go on
telling
cruise ships.
I keep telling comedians that the ships and like corporate settings are where we can go to have a middle class in comedy because the middle class is dead. You're either on the bottom, you're either a bottom feeder or you're in the 1%.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And especially here in Hollywood, I mean, it's dead.
Right. So the cruise is the place where you can still work, get travel, see the world, perform in front of big crowds. I'm doing like 1,000-seat theaters, man.
That's
incredible.
amazing. Oh man, congrats. That's amazing. I mean, just the reps you're getting in with that many people, and they have to be clean shows, don't they? And I mean, you gotta have like
I do
2
mix of
hours
both.
ready.
I do clean and adult. So I have to have 90 minutes, just 90, but then, I got, obviously you have more than what you need. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, it's been a really great experience.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is to have 90 minutes of comedy.
45 family, 45 adult.
Whew. That's brutal. I mean, to be able to joke with them, but that's great. I mean, it's just like I think you can just get so much out of it.
Yeah, I guess if I can't get the video working, at least I can just put a nice picture of myself.
Oh yeah, just throw a picture of yourself. That's fine. So yeah, Nick, I wanted to have you on. Obviously, I made the video the other day, just talking about some of the racism within the comedy business, and it was funny because I was thinking about it when you put something out like that. Nothing is ever. It's not like perfect unless you sit there and prepare a speech and run it through ChatGPT and you're like, okay, let's record this now. I kind of have been sitting on this feeling for a long time. And just thought I talked to another comedian who was like, yeah, man, you should express that and post that. But it's interesting because as we were talking, I was saying non-threatening Black comedians are comedians who make it to the forefront of Hollywood. And I think more so to revise some of that, I was saying the white adjacent, and I think that's true of any minority or any of us. Anybody who is white adjacent, Jewish adjacent to the industry, that's generally where the managers, the representation, the executives are. That's where a lot of the work is. So it's like I was trying. Oh, that picture is sexy, Nick.
That if that's not wholesome and safe and
I'm not sure
non-threatening,
if anybody can. I don't know. I'm feeling scared right now. Actually, do you
you're
have
gonna scare.
another?
All right, let me ease it up a little bit. Hold on, let me ease it up.
But I don't know. And I know people, they don't like to hear I'm a white guy. People think, oh, Sam, what do you know about this? What do you care about this? So, and also I'm trying not to, in saying that, it doesn't take away from comedian. Tony Baker made a joke. He said, Sam, am I on that list of safe comedians? And, it's just like the further conversation that, a lot of white people only interact with black people in safe spaces.
For sure. For sure. I would say Tony is safe in the club spaces, but he's not safe in the industry spaces.
And why would you say that?
Because Tony is very opinionated, and if people who are decision makers, who are that, who work behind the scenes, watch his videos and see the things that he talks about, some of the things, because obviously Tony is multidimensional, as well as they're funny. But Tony, Tony talks about some real stuff too on his timeline. And if that bothers certain suits who work for studios and production companies, that might lean hesitation when it comes to deciding, hey, should we do something with this guy? Do we want to work with this guy? Do we want to develop something with this guy? It's not just a cut clear. I mean, to us, it just feels like, why isn't Tony doing TV shows, movies, the whole shebang? But
right. And I guess
there's something to that. If a guy
in a sense, you know what I mean? He is very successful.
Who has millions of followers.
Right. But it's on his whole own accord. It's not like the industry has made him a darling. And I think that was kind of my point, like by that video. And I wanted to make sure I didn't, offend anybody who I really have a lot of respect and love for, like Tony Baker or Ron G, or like yourself, people because Tony Baker is just a genius. He's such a great comedian. But my point is that the industry largely doesn't know about Tony Baker. He's not one of the big names. It was just announced in the Netflix as a joke fest. I mean, Nate Jackson was,
I disagree with that. I think they do know Tony. They're just waiting for the right thing that catapults Tony to then kind of champion and come and rally to him, because Tony, he's done the Comedy Central shows that they had, the stand-up showcase back in the day, like
he's been on.
He did Live at Gotham. He did Last Comic Standing on NBC. He's done a lot of those things.
That's a good point.
We can't say that. That they don't know who he is.
Yeah. I mean, not they don't know who he is, but I guess I feel like he should be a much bigger. He should be much bigger star. He should have a Netflix special.
He should.
Like I feel like if Taylor Tomlinson or Seth Olev has a special, I feel like Tony Baker, Dan and Green. That was kind of the point by my video too. Like Dan and Green, Joe Torre, Guy Torre. Like we could go down the list of so many comedians that are good enough, are very successful, but I think they're not getting the same light.
Right. But then there's also the thing of like, okay, so it's like this is not new, right? At one point there was a surge. We had there was a clear visible surge of black comedians, getting attention from the industry to a degree with the launch pad that was Def Jam into HBO half hours and
the 90s,
Comedy Central half hours in the 90s, 2000s, and then that wave ended, and then now it's like the social media, but also independent, right? So there's examples of Joe Coy, filming his own specials, betting on himself. You have,
it was hilarious.
I think Tony did his first one independently. You have trying to think, what's his name? A comic who did his own specials. Alonzo Bowden.
Alonzo. Yeah, Barry Brewer did his own.
Barry Brewer, another one, independent.
Ali Sadiq did his independently.
Ali Sadiq, the biggest one, right?
Right. I mean, and do you know his special had more views than everybody? I think he was like number 2 on the list on the top. Yeah, top 5. And I think that's kind of also my point. I won't say people don't know about Ali Sadiq, but for the numbers that he has. They know who Nate Bargatze is. He's one of the top billings, you know, at this Netflix is a joke fest. Uh-oh, I think I lost Nick, but it's okay because I have to go pick up my daughter anyway. Brad says racist jokes are funny because there's always a kernel of truth in comedy. Don't have to take it so seriously. Yeah, I mean, there's some truth to that, Brad. But the key to telling racy comedy is it can't be coming from an ignorant, hurtful place. You know what I mean? You have to have the people you're making fun of on your side, or it just comes off racist. I love you guys. I got to go today for Friday. 5-year-old boy detained by ICE in Minnesota, now being held in Texas. Yeah, 1,000 in a detention center. It's terrible. I love you guys. I'll be back here tomorrow. Appreciate you. Appreciate all your conversations. Thanks, everybody, for keeping it crispy and cool. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of the world.
Can you freestyle rap at all?
Not yet.
Doesn't it appear to be extremely coincidental that you guys arrest people right outside of Governor Newsom's press conference? Is this really just a show of power?